Oh, he's throwing punches from behind his friend. Oh, the bouncer's like, you gotta go, pal. I can't have you here, you're disturbing the peace. And he's like, you know who I am? I'm a f***ing Fury. I'm not convinced that he can stop KSI. The mind games for the Tommy Fury versus KSI fight are in full swing. Drunken buffoonery, lopsided pad work, and hypocrisy. We got it all in this video. I have a hunch that KSI has something to do with this video leaking, but it's my man Tommy Fury drunk with a bunch of girls. Can't hate on him, but let's take a look at it. Oh, he's bombed. Uh-oh. He's having a laugh, really, but is he really? Oh, he's taking his multiple phones out. He got the burner out. Oh, the bouncer's like, you gotta go, pal. I can't have you here, you're disturbing the peace. And he's like, you know who I am? I'm a f***ing Fury. Oh, he's getting offended. Oh, he's pushing hands away. Is that shirt gonna come off? The shirt comes off. The shirt comes off. The shirt comes off, ladies and gentlemen. He's bouncing like he's in between rounds. He's shadow boxing and everything. I'm confused on why they decided to rehash that video, but it's maybe just a little bit of a reminder to Tommy, like, yo, you're doing good in the build-up, but you don't have your shit all together like you're trying to claim you do. And so this video is really what got my attention. Let's take a look at this. We got Tommy, of course, with his shirt off. If the shirt's not off, it's not getting posted. He's throwing shots from behind his friend. See how he's pushing his friend, using his boy. We're also seeing those cocaine hands. I don't know. Hold on. Are we seeing those amphetamine fingers? I think we're seeing those amphetamine fingers. Look at those things moving. So we can see from another angle, oh, he's throwing punches from behind his friend. Obviously, I have to highly edit these clips because if there's any street fighting whatsoever on a YouTube video, it's gonna get demonetized and age restricted immediately. But we can see Tommy here. He's using his friend as a shield to throw shots. And look how he's conducting himself in this situation. Oh, he's got his hands up. He does another push. He's backing up. He's backing up. He's on the back foot. But for the most part, what did he do? Tommy used his boy as a shield multiple times and threw shots over the shoulder. He worked off the back foot, something he said he would never do. Now you're saying, Steve, what do you mean he said he would never do it? How do you know what Tommy said he would do? Well, let's take a look.
I seen you yourself at In-N-Out Burger in America. The guy put it on you for a fight. And
whether
whether you can fight or not,
yeah,
I mean,
I still got stuck in, did I not?
Oh, you know,
did I run?
Yes. Up and down the car park.
No.
Bro, I watched the video this morning. Someone sent it to me.
I fought back.
He was like this.
I fought back.
That's the pot calling the kettle black right there. So Tommy's talking shit on KSI. Unbeknownst to me, when I initially covered this little sit down, I didn't know that Tommy had done the same exact thing a few years back, working on the back foot. KSI held his own. Not a fan of KSI. Not saying that I am, but I am saying that he actually fought the guy, grappled with him, threw some shots. The guy even grabbed this penis at one point. I don't know if you saw that. That was awkward. But Tommy Fury is basically being a hypocrite in this moment, saying that, you know, I've never backed up and I would have never done that. I would have stuck it in, or whatever the hell the phrase used by the English are. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, and
someone had to fish him back to life.
That was the early days of me boxing.
Yeah, but the difference is, if I couldn't fight at all and someone stuck it on me, they'd be getting stuck into.
You're talking about getting stuck into. Again, I don't know exactly what that means because I'm from America, but I assume it means I would have stood there and fought. Fury's saying one thing, but the video shows different. He's using his friend as a Spartan shield to defend against potential blows coming his way as he lobs hooks over the shoulder of his buddy. So, man, hypocritical for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Okay. That's the difference for a fighter. I don't worry for nobody. Okay. If Deontay Wilder walked in this room now and he had a problem with me, let's go.
It's like he'd be grabbing KSI and the mediator. He would have been grabbing both of those guys and been hiding behind them. Stop it. Stop it now. You're telling me if Wilder walks in that room, you're gonna do anything other than get smashed? Stop it.
Because that's the type of man I am. And that's the, it doesn't matter about that. It matters about what you got in you, whether you got a set of balls or not.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it matters if you have a set of balls. It also matters if you like this video. We know that Tommy's a party boy and we don't judge anybody on this channel. We do cover different personality types, but you know, we're not passing judgment. If I were to sit here and say I didn't get drunk in my early 20s and go out and club, I'd be lying. But if you're worried about a guy like this leading up to a fight, is he staying sober? Is he training as hard as he could train? I think he is personally, but we have these old videos of my man just soaking in the rays from people. Molly up to his ears. He's got girls admiring him. His fingers are going all over the place. He's jawing. So this is a kid who likes to party. He likes to take his shirt off and he likes to fight bouncers. We've established that. These videos started resurfacing. Do I think KSI has something to do with it? I think he probably does. And if he's smart, why not remind the guy that he's sort of a wild card? Tommy right now is telling himself, I'm a fighter. I'm from the Fury clan. I conduct myself a certain way. The last thing he wants to see is him with his shirt off on drugs. I wouldn't want to be reminded of that. Working that jab, working the right hand, moving his head. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, frames and create space. I mean, this is pad work now in camp leading up to the KSI fight. We're not going to judge his technique. He's a professional boxer, a kid who's been boxing since he was very young. You could say he's not athletic, his legs are a little stiff, whatever. The truth of the matter is he's turning over his shots. I like that little frame that he uses to manage distance. A guy like KSI wings shots and falls into the clinch. I think that frame is going to be useful in the fight. He's going to use that to dig shots underneath, to create angles, to fire off the break. I like to see that. He's in shape. Now, you want to say, come on, he's doing drugs, he's getting high. That was a few years ago. They can resurface those videos and try to use it against him. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, Fury's gonna show up ready to go, in shape, flying the Fury flag high, and he wants to show off for his family. But let's juxtapose that to KSI's pad work that just happened. This is very recent. Throwing overhands, working on power, just to clarify. Well, we can say, look at Tommy Fury's pad work. He's throwing combinations. He's moving his head on the outside. We got to understand the purpose of this pad work is different than the purpose of hitting mitts. Two very different objectives. He's working on his power and placement with this particular drill here. What I do see, if we want to talk purely on mechanics, he launches the overhand right. There's that little bit of a tell with his lead arm. A pro boxer can find a shot with the right straight down the pipe, close the distance on that side. Or in this case would be the jab of Tommy Fury if he's fighting from southpaw. So does that worry me a little bit? It does. I just want to say one thing before we completely on KSI. Let's understand he's working on power, so he may be neglecting his technique to a certain degree. Don't think he should, especially at the stage that he's at with his development. But Steven, what do you know about boxing? Boxing since I was a teenager, stop it. But one of my idols growing up was the great George Foreman, and I used to study this particular video footage of him hitting the bag pretty much manically, and I would duplicate it in my own training to work on my trunk rotation. Now you're gonna see him doing things very, I hate to even say this, but kind of similar to KSI. Look how he turns over his shot. Now, what do you mean, Steve? He's hitting a bag. Notice that his left hand is below his chest line as he throws the hook. Now, this is a heavy bag drill. Now, would I suggest doing what George Foreman does? No, you're not George Foreman. No one is. So my advice to KSI is to keep your hands up, but George Foreman is focused purely on rotation of the trunk. Look at him dig into that bag. Look at the power. One of the scariest punchers in history. So I wanted to draw a little bit of a comparison between Foreman and KSI. Obviously, they have no similarities in the way that they fight, but with that being said, there is a little bit of a tell where the hand is low, which can be maybe looked at as being a technical mistake. After analyzing the recent pad work, a little bit of the mind games that are going on, everyone's having a good time. Who do you guys think's gonna take the fight? I'm still siding with my man Tommy. I think he can come in there stoned out of his mind and still pull off a victory. Is he gonna stop KSI? I'm not convinced that he can stop KSI. Based on that speed difference, I think it's only 6 rounds. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So 6 rounds is a lot if you're not in shape. It feels like an eternity, but I think KSI comes in shape, uses a lot of movement, odd timing to close the distance, and it's gonna be enough to disrupt Tommy's rhythm to get him out of there, but anything can happen. I'm rooting for a finish. Let's see. For the uninitiated, I have a mailing list that's linked down below where we focus on discipline, diet we're getting into as well, and mindset, designed really to help people better themselves. I just basically teach the tactics and the rubric that helped me better my life, and I try to share those lessons with you guys. We have over 3,200 people that have joined, so check it out. Strangle Gang, as always, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.